everyone, and welcome to a new video on my YouTube channel and a new post on my website morselewis.endeavour.com. My name is Chris. I'm also known as Kit. Just to make you aware, there will be spoilers in this video. So this video is my top 5 favourite minor characters in the original Inspector Morse series. But I have set particular limited parameters to who can be chosen. I decided not to choose those minor characters who only had 1 or 2, maybe 3 scenes, but they played a part in the plot or the storyline. So for instance, you've got Mrs. Warbutt from the episode Settling of the Sun. You have Derek Whittaker, the driving instructor from Driven to Distraction. You have the character Arthur Drysdale, played by Michael Aldridge in the episode The Last Enemy. You have Peter Foster, another example from Deceived by Flight. You have Hugo de Vries, who only appears for a short time in the episode, but I'm sure I don't have to explain why he can't be chosen. You have Catherine Dawson from Second Time Around, Nicholas Quinn from, not surprisingly, Nicholas Quinn, The Silent World of Nicholas Quinn, and then you get Phil Hopkirk, the gardener from The Inferno Serpent. They're all minor characters with very few scenes, but they all play an integral part in either the plot, the storyline, or both. So those you could choose are, for instance, Jane Foley, the girlfriend of John Brewster in Deadly Slumber, Mrs. Kane, the mother of the victim Sylvia in Last Bus to Woodstock, Hieronymus Singent from The Day of the Devil, he's the shop owner. You get Roger from the episode Ghost in the Machine. You have quite a few characters you could choose from the episode Fat Chance. So there's a lot to choose from when you start digging into the episodes in regards to minor characters. But here is my top 5 characters, and they're in no particular order, though I would say my first choice probably is my all-time favourite minor characters from the original Inspector Morse series. Number 5 is Robin Soames, who plays the character Alasdair McBride in the wonderful episode The Way Through the Woods. Robin Soames plays this character in such a delicious way. Alasdair McBride is arrogant, condescending, and a rather creepy character who takes glamour photos. Robin Soames plays that perfectly. That the character Alasdair McBride, once he knows why Morse and Lewis are there, he suddenly appears to not just mentally but physically tiptoe around them to try and avoid almost making a noise, again physically or vocally, that would give away what he does know. And Robin Soames plays that very, very well indeed. He really brings life to this minor character, and again, like so many minor characters in the Inspector Morse series, the whole series is better for that actor.
Do you remember where you were on the 24th of July last?
I doubt it. Can you?
At number 4 is the character Camilla, played by Susan Kidd from the episode The Secret of Bay 5B. Now, in normal circumstances, this is a woman that Morse would be happy to have as a partner, as a girlfriend, but unfortunately, as we know, she's an escort. Susan Kidd plays this so well. She plays Camilla with a lot of confidence in who she is, but not arrogant. But there's also at times when Morse asks certain questions where she shows a vulnerability, and Susan Kidd does that very well. She does sexy very well. She does the seduction of Morse very well indeed, and as I said, she is so confident in what she does. Camilla is almost the opposite of Morse when it comes to romance and sex, where Camilla is very confident, fully assured of who she is, her place in the world. Morse isn't, of course. Morse is very shy, certainly very, very vulnerable when it comes to women. And I think Susan Kidd and John Thaw play against each other very well. It really brings that one scene to life, and the episode is all the better for it.
No one ever suspects I'm anything but a straight businesswoman with a line in fashion.
Number 3 is the character Walter Majors from the fan favourite episode Second Time Around. Walter Majors is what can only be described as an alcoholic, a washed up writer, and someone who looks like he hasn't washed for some time. The part of Walter Majors is played wonderfully by Sam Kelly. Again, another one of those British character actors who's been in so many television shows and film through the years. Walter Majors is a character who's self-centred, financially bankrupt, and also emotionally bankrupt when he shows no concern about the death of Charlie Hillian. Sam Kelly plays this wonderfully. It never falls into any kind of ridiculous caricature as it could have done. He plays the alcoholic writer so well. Again, it's one of those minor characters who practically steals the whole episode, even though he's only in a few scenes. He certainly does a wonderful job. And Sam Kelly portrays the Walter Majors character so well. He manages to go from humour to drama very easily, but never crosses into caricature at any time. And certainly his scene in the house of Charlie Hillian, where he relates to Morse about the Mary Lapsley case, you see another side of the character, and again, wonderfully played by Sam Kelly.
You'll think this a cliche, but don't leave town, will you?
Cliche, Inspector? Shouldn't be surprised if I write that down.
At number 2, we have Chief Inspector Bell, played by Norman Jones. Now, Norman Jones is an actor who was around a long time in British film and TV, a very good character actor, and he plays this part very well indeed. Chief Inspector Bell is a lugubrious, weary, tired character. He's tired of these late nights. He wants promotion as soon as possible, and Norman Jones certainly brings out that character in that situation. He plays him off to a T. He really does bring the character alive in such a short time, as many of the many minor characters do. It's a difficult have to make that character's part come alive within the limited dialogue and time they're actually in the episode. And certainly Norman Jones does that brilliantly in regards to the character Chief Inspector Bell. He wants the job so much, unlike Morse, which becomes apparent, and I think Norman Jones embodies that whole character who he's looking for an easier job, and that promotion he's seeking, like Morse, though he's seeking it more actively than Morse is brought out wonderfully by Norman Jones, a great minor character in the first episode of the Inspector Morse series, The Dead of Jericho.
One who is pig sick of evenings like this.
At number 1, and it may not come as any surprise, is the character Mrs. Jarman in the episode The Last Bus to Woodstock, played wonderfully by Fabia Drake. She practically, for me, steals not just the scene she's in, but the episode as well. She's so wonderfully that British eccentric character. Fabia Drake, who's also OBE, she had the Order of the British Empire. She's a British actress, character actor, who had a career spanning some 73 years. Sadly, she died about a year or two, I think 2 years, in 1990, after the Last of Bus to Woodstock episode aired. She stole so many scenes in various films, and one of my favourite films, The Room with a View, she also stole the scenes she appeared in that film as well. But in this episode, in the episode The Last Bus to Woodstock, she is just a wonderful character who even makes Morse smile when she tells him just to be quiet and let her get her thoughts out. Now, it's possible you're maybe thinking, but she does maybe have an important role, you know, in the clue she gave to Morse and Lewis later in the episode when she remembered there was a broken, well, she's seen the car again and noticed it had a broken tail light. But I don't think that's enough to say that she was involved in the plot or storyline. But I think, having talked to many Morse fans, I think Fabia Drake as Mrs. Jarman is a big favourite. So it won't come as a major surprise to anyone that I've chosen her as my number 1 favourite minor character in the original Morse series.
What did they say to each other?
Now I think I have an important clue for you. Do sit down.
So, that's my top 5. What would be your top 5? Let me know in the comments, either on my website, my YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Is it the same as mine? Do you disagree with any of the ones I chose? Let me know, as I said, in the comments. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like, not just in my YouTube channel, but also on my website. If you did enjoy this video, please subscribe, again, not just to my website, but to my YouTube channel as well. In the near future, I will have a top 5 minor characters in the Lewis series, and of course the Endeavour series as well. Take care everyone, and I'll see you again soon.